Good morning. I am going to do a very quick sewing machine review about my thoughts using this sewing machine. This is my first sewing machine review, so if I miss anything that's supposed to be said on a sewing machine review, just ask me below, and I'll either answer in another video or a blog post, or I may just answer you directly on the comment section below. Okay, so I'm going to talk about things I don't like that much because it really isn't that many, and then I'll go into other stuff I do like about this machine. Background information, for those who don't know, this is my first computerized sewing machine. Oh, and by the way, this is the brother CS-6000i. What I don't really care for is I feel like the material on this machine is kind of cheap. Yeah, I said it. I feel like it's cheap. I'm sorry, brother. I feel like the material in the machine, this machine is cheap. I feel like it breaks easily. Exhibit A. You see this right here? Yeah. That is the piece where when you pull this little bobbin winder over, it kind of helps stop the bobbin from getting but so full. Well, I had a drink and I accidentally tapped it and it broke off. Now, I didn't tap that thing, I don't know how many times, and it's staying there. You see that? I don't know if you can see that down there, but it's still there. So I feel like, it's not made with, that heavy metal material that will kind of last. It is a lighter machine in the handles back here, but it is pretty light in my opinion. So I don't think it's built with that heavy material. Also, one thing that I don't really care for too much, that maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. I don't like how the needle doesn't go all the way to the right. It can go to the left, it can go in the middle, but it doesn't go all the way to the right. So doing different stitches when I'm trying to get close to the right edge of the fabric, I can't really do that unless I have to move the fabric in different positions. And it'll be nice just to go boop boop and it moves. But it doesn't. So yeah, those two things I'm kind of like, I wish it was kind of better. That being said, I think this is a great sewing machine for anyone who is just starting out sewing because it's pretty basic. I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, there's other like more basic sewing machines maybe you want to give to a younger person, but I feel like as an adult, you're looking for a machine and you're a little bit more modern and you want a computerized sewing machine. But you don't want to spend as much money because I don't think this cost me over $200. But you have to check my unboxing video, and I'm sure I mentioned the price of it. This one is really reasonably priced for what you get. The quality of the machine, like I said, I don't know. I felt like that shouldn't have happened. That just pissed me off. But oh well, I done got it over it now. I can glue it back. I still have the piece. Not that serious. But yeah, I think it's a great machine for a starter, a great machine for someone who just want to upgrade from their older model, but don't really have the finances to spend on a $5,000 sewing machine. Because sewing machines can be extremely expensive sometimes. But yeah, it has all the basic functions and basic stitches, all the different buttonholes that you can do. The zigzag stitches are great. They have an overlocking stitch. You can do free motion quilting on this machine. Speaking of quilting, I love the fact that it has this wider table, so when I am quilting, it's a lot easier to move the fabric versus just being right here trying to squeeze that fabric in between this itty bitty little area. So it's so nice to be able to have an extended table to do that. Another thing I really like is a top loader. Most machines now are top loaders, so you can kind of see the bobbin. It's a lot easier to thread versus the ones who you got to thread like on the side below down here. That's great. I also like about this machine, if something happens wrong, it'll say E1 or E2 or E6 or whatever. And you come over here to the error message in the book, and you can kind of see, okay, E6. Oh, the motor's locked up because the thread is tangled. So now I know what I need to do. I need to untangle the thread in the motor. How simple is that? How awesome is that? I think my other sewing machine, you had to like figure it out. And sometimes it can be frustrating, but that just tells you. And you just kind of fix it from there. I think that's great. I love the fact that you can sew without having the foot pedal attached. I don't really use that function. I guess I'm so accustomed to using the foot pedal that is not really useful for me. But how many times have you brought your sewing machine and you forgot to bring the foot to as well? Well, you can't really sew, right? So this is awesome because if I bring this machine with me on a sewing class, if I bring this machine to me, a friend's house, family member's house to do some sewing with the girls for the weekend, and I forget my machine, no big deal. All I gotta do is push start and it goes. How awesome is that? Or if I don't want to bring an extra piece, because sometimes that's going to be easily lost or, lost or what have you, I don't have to. I think that's great. I think it's great for beginners too, because you can only go but so fast. I mean, I showed this on my getting started video, and I'll leave those links below. But I showed you how you can sew with the speeds and, how fast they actually really go just by the push of that button. I think that's great. It has a reverse button and the needle down button, which is pretty standard on most machines, but it's still very helpful. I really haven't had to play with the tension that much, which is great. But yeah, I really like the machine. I really like the extended table. I really like the fact that I can sew without having the foot attached. And if I have this little section on the slowest setting, which is this notch with the one triangle, and I have the foot attached, it will only go but so fast. But the more I push it, the faster it will allow me to go with the foot. So I think that's pretty cool. Even for those who are beginning, I think that's really, really cool. You can put it on a slower setting and not worry about floor. Even if you floor it, it's not gonna go but so fast. So that's really cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't want this video to be extremely long. I know it's kind of boring just looking at the sewing machine, but I love it. And that's the little thread snipper right there. But I love it. I have more details about the machine in my getting ready video, and it's showing you all the bag for those who are maybe curious and seeing it. A little information there. For those who are curious, want to see how this machine sews, you can watch my getting started video. You can watch my unboxing video to see all the many pieces it comes with, because this does move. Can't do it one here. There we go. It does come off, so you can sew and do hems to circle things, and it has a little table there so you can sew it there. Hold on. So you can have this piece there, and you can sew without having the extended table, which is great. And the legs just kind of fold down, and you can store it away like that. But I like the extended table. I like the extra space it gives me. This is great when doing smaller projects. And like I said, you can take this off and do little hems and stuff. The manual is very helpful. It tells you about the different stitches. It tells you what tension it should be on. It tells you what type of fabric you can use. But yeah, it's really, really, really helpful. I think overall, I think this machine is really good. I'll give it 3.5 stars. The other half star because I feel like it could just be a little bit more heavy duty. But maybe because I paid, a cheaper price for it. You get what you paid for, right? Those are my thoughts about the machine. Any questions, let me know. I know it's kind of messy back there. I'm working on a project. My last summer project, even though I think it's like fall now. But yeah, that is it. I hope you liked the video. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say about my sewing machine. That I like it, and I wish it was just a little more heavy duty. But yeah.